for helping bring this sports program to you.
Welcome to Bertram Field for tonight's Northeastern Conference football action featuring the Salem Witches and the Gloucester Fishermen. I'm J.D. McCachran, along with J.D. McCachran at this point, is kind of down a color man. Bob Rowan off for Potts, relaxing. Bob Burns, another commitment. Tonight, our cameraman producer for Adelphia is Tony Asenso, as Bob McGlinchey is off for a little journey of his own. So if your name's Bob, you're not here. It's J.D. and Tony, you are here. We're set to bring you the action. The captain's at midfield. Captains for Salem. 35 is Mark Lambert. 89 is Peter Harrington. The Gloucester captains would be Nolan Palazzola. You can't probably quite see Tyler Testaverde and Kyle Goodwin, number 11 in the middle, waiting the toss of the coin. Referee explaining a few things to the teams. Salem coming in with a little bit of momentum as they got their first win of the season last week over what probably is one of the weaker teams in the Northeastern Conference. Saugus and Gloucester coming off a nice win over a very tough Lynn Classical team, and our apologies, they defer Salem, so Gloucester will get an option I'm sure they're going to receive. Gloucester will receive. They'll be going from our right to left as they're in their road whites. You wear your school colors, predominant school colors when you're at home, and when you go on the road you wear the whites, which is a little different than it used to be. But in any event, we do apologize for last Tuesday's showing of the Classical Gloucester game. Didn't discover too long after the game that there was a snafu with the camera, and Bob McGlinchey really couldn't do anything about the film, so what you saw is what you saw. I'm sure a lot of people wish the audio was the part that didn't come across, but hopefully down the road might be able to get a hold of somebody else's film, and sometime before the playoffs, and anticipating that Gloucester is going to be there, may be able to get to show you the game using somebody else's film. But that's a matter for another day as Gloucester drops Testaverde and Goodwin deep to our right, and we're set for action. Small crowd, decent Gloucester crowd. It's a beautiful night for football. A little bit of a breeze, a little on the cool side, but perfect weather for football. And the Salem crowd, to be charitable, is sparse. But again, they're struggling this year. John Darkinas in the Gloucester Times said they're in a rebuilding mode. It wasn't that long ago. They were in the Super Bowl, but fortunes have changed as the up man Goodwin takes it on about the 25, maybe gets a couple of yards, looking for a little running room out to his right that wasn't there. So Gloucester will start it. We'll wait for a spot. The good news is we're in a great little setup here. Salem Athletic Director Bob Geswell took good care of us. As far as the setup, we've got some glass in front of us, got a little bit of a glare, so we'll work on the picking up the markers when things are not directly in front of us. First and 10 from the Gloucester 27. Motion is Goodwin. He's got the ball off the left side, across the 30. This Salem defense may have a little size to it. Most defenses outweigh the Gloucester offensive line. It's a very, very good offensive line. Again, we've said it numerous times. That's Terry Silva's strength, is building offensive lines. And Ciparini at the center, Man and White at the guards, O'Connor and Stropel at the tackles, with Sullivan the tight end. Is a very good offensive line. They pitch it right. Salem looking for that, though. Stopped immediately by John Martin, coming up from his linebacker spot. Loss on the play. That's been a successful play for Gloucester thus far this season, but Salem sniffed that one out. Salem's given Gloucester some pretty good tussles over the last few years. A memorable game, the last game that Gloucester lost at Dual Stadium, that propelled Salem to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Then they played Gloucester tough the following year up here. So they know how to do it. Can they do it? Third and 10, Pelizzola looking, under pressure. Now he's going to run it up the sidelines, close to the first down. We'll see where the spot is. It's a right foot spot, and looks to be short, but I think close enough for a measurement. Pelizzola, I don't think that was a design run. They are going to call for the chains. Nolan came out, gave it that little bit of pump, and I do think he wanted to throw it, but Salem had it fairly well covered. Alonzo Houston came up and made the stop. Pelizzola out of bounds as Pelizzola stays over on the sideline while they do the measurement. Again, from here, it's close. Stretch out the chain just directly down below us, and it's going to be just by the nose of the football, a first down. So it looked from the angle that we had, it might have been an inch short, and it turns out to be an inch good. First down Gloucester, so good scramble by Pelizzola. Gives Gloucester a first down at the just over the 37. Gloucester started this on their own 27. First down of the game. They reset the reset the chains. Ciparini out over the ball. Single wing formation. Goodwin the wing on the far side. Long count. Wall fights for a couple. Stacked up. Jamie gets it up probably for 2 yards, not quite to the 40. Again, if I end up working this game by myself, I'll let the camera do a little bit of the talking. Enough of my voice will be too much, so we'll just let the camera do the talking. Wall, 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. Pelizzola looking deep, trying to find DeMaio. He can't. Good ball fake. Fake Wall into the center of the Salem defense. Had DeMaio, who was fairly well covered. Peter, a sophomore. Good athlete. We'll see Peter again during basketball season, and kind of hope that maybe he gives track a little bit of a try. Jumped in a couple of road races, done okay for himself. 3rd and 8. DeMaio splits to this side. Getting a long count. And this time they do give it to Wall. Going to be short of the first down, up to about the 44. Gloucester will have to punt it away. Out comes the punting unit. Latavers will be the punter. So Nolan able to scramble for one first down. Then the Salem defense tightens up a little bit. And Gloucester will go into punt formation. Houston, one of the deep men, along with, I believe it's Daryl Close, going off the Salem program, which we assume is good. Latavers kicking it away from the two deep men, and they let it roll, and that's a mistake, as it gets a good roll inside the 15. So Latavers angled it away from the two deep men a little bit, and Close on the far side elects to let it roll. Got about a 15-yard roll out of it, and Salem will have to start from his own just about 15-yard line. Salem has been able to move the ball a little bit. They must have trouble, though, when they get it down inside the red zone. They haven't put that many points on the board, although they've got some pretty good yardage. Single back off the left side for a couple. Goodwin there on the stop. Ball carrier was Lampert, number 35. As we said earlier, one of the co-captains. Second and 6. Salem in a bit of an eye. I didn't see the up back. Again, down to our left. We get a little bit of a glare problem here. So they play an up back and a deep back. Ball up to the 20. 3rd and 5. Houston into the Salem offense. Salem center is Vladimir Baptiste. That isn't a great name. Gloucester jumping a little bit. Gloucester into the backfield on the snap. I see no flags. Salem probably a loss on the play. Gloucester had that timed perfectly as far as the snap count. You can see the defensive line jumping around a little bit, and as the ball was snapped, Gloucester right into the backfield, and 2-yard loss will bring up 4th and 7, and Salem was going to have to punt it away. Testaverde and Goodwin deep. The Fishermen back just into their territory at about the 45. High kick. Goodwin takes it on the 45. Running room out to the right side. Goodwin still on his feet. Goodwin, unless he stepped out of bounds, is going to score. Touchdown, Kyle Goodwin. 45-yard punt return. Goodwin came up, fielded it nicely. Went down the sideline. Let's see if he stepped out of bounds. They signaled touchdown. But now they're coming back. I don't see a flag. Let's see. Ball. It is coming back. There was a flag. It's a clip on the Fisherman. Wasn't sure what Goodwin was able to stay in bounds. He did stay in bounds, but Gloucester penalized on the fine punt return for Kyle Goodwin, so the 6 points come off the board. The ball will be on the Salem 41. Palazzola all by himself out here. Driven out of bounds. Right into the Salem bench area. Little or no gain on the play. Palazzolo out here all by himself. Pick up of a yard, we'll say. Ball resting on the Salem 40-yard line. Testaverde to Goodwin. Goodwin cuts it back. Goodwin over the 35, down to the 33. Harrington on the tackle. 3rd and 2, but they're in that situation where they could go for it if they don't get it on this play. Wall, left side, should have it. Over the 30. First down, Gloucester. Nose of the ball on the 30. Salem's 30. Gloucester out of the huddle quickly. Stay in their tight formation. Now Testaverde, right side with running room. Testaverde, one man to beat on a cutback. Testaverde down to the 1, reaches for the goal line and gets into the end zone. Touchdown and nice run, Tyler Testaverde. Good cutback, eluded a tackler deep. He was tackled around the 2. He lunged for the goal line. Referee right there on the goal line signals touchdown. So Goodwin's touchdown was called back on the punt return, but Testaverde gets the Fishermen on the scoreboard. 30-yard TD run. Keating will be the kicker. Gigaloni the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up. Kick is good. So on his second possession, Tyler Testaverde puts Gloucester on the scoreboard. 3:58. A few balls missing in this clock over here. Looks like 3:58 remaining in the first period. Gloucester leads at 7-0. Nice hole on the right side. Testaverde, with plenty of running room out that way, made a nice cutback. Eluded a tackler around the 10, and they got him around the 2-yard line, but he reached the football out as he was going down. Touched it down in the end zone. Touchdown, Fishermen. La Traverse will kick off. Up some of the kickoff team. Vito Gigaloni over directly below us. Nick Gigaloni. Next to him, Alex Ritchie. Isaiah Eyeshide King. Good strong kick. Taken on about the 12. Gets it up close to the 30. Decent run back. That's Dario Close on the return up to the 30-yard line. So Salem with a second possession. 3 and out the first time. We'll start it from the 30. Off the left side. Goes Lambert. Might have picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Jones and Houston seem to be rotating in the Salem offensive backfield. Graff with a bit of a long count. Left side nowhere. Right side of the Gloucester defense. Josh Ryan. I think it's O'Connor out on that side also. No pickup on the play. So we're looking at a 3rd and 9. Graff wants to throw, throws deep, and was caught. Good job. That's Peter Harrington, senior co-captain, listed at 6'5", and he needed every bit of that 6'5". They had him pretty well covered, but Harrington reaches up, makes the catch, gives Salem a first down up to the 47-yard line. McGrath put it up there where Harrington had the best shot at it. He reached up, grabs hold, and gives Salem their first down of the game. Ball up to their own 37. Now you see the Salem I formation. You get a better look at it now. McGrath eludes. Now we got flag on the play, and the ball loose. McGrath eluded the first tackler, but he was under pressure. I think this is going to be blocking from behind. That was a face mask against the Fisherman. Oh, wow. I didn't think anybody had gotten that close to Harrington, but apparently they did. It's a major step off, or is it? Let's see. You got inadvertent, or you got, no, it's a 5-yard step off. So 1st and 5. So that's an inadvertent face mask. Pitch, right side, Houston, nowhere. Testaverde and Pizzamenti, along with Latravers, run him down. No gain, 2nd and 5. Handoff straight ahead. Might have had a yard before he was driven back. That's Lampert on the carry. Ball is in Gloucester territory. At the 46, close to the 45. Salem trails at 7-0. Time winding down in the first period. Clock is unofficial, but Salem should be able to get this play off. Fast-moving first period. Right side. Might have got the first down. That was Houston on the surge. I think he did. Down to the Gloucester 40 or 41. Wait to see where the spot is. But it is a first down for Salem. And I do believe that was the last play of the first period. At the end of the first period, Gloucester 7, Salem nothing. We'll be back for second period action. Back at Bertram Field, second period action about to get underway. Fishermen lead at 7-0. Salem with the ball at the Gloucester 40-yard line, just over the 40, closer to the 41. First and 10. Tyler Testaverde with the Gloucester touchdown. Kyle Keating with the extra point. And we got a whistle and either delay or procedure. They call it procedure. Five-yard. First and 15. We can see that Heath McGrath, the Salem quarterback, who is a sophomore, Salem, excuse me, a little bit of mix of underclassmen and upperclassmen, as I said, the last couple of years after their trip to the Super Bowl. Salem has sputtered a little. Second man through. Might have gotten a yard. That's Johnston Jones. Be second and 14. Wing back coming from the right side. Might have another yard or two. That's Jones again on the carry. O'Connor on the stop. Nate Denon, one of the defensive tackles. Fernando Hernandez, the other tackle for the Fishermen defensively. Again, we've said he's the largest lad on the Fishermen squad. Gloucester throwing a little size at Salem. Salem keeps it on the ground, third and long. Wow, still on his feet, still on his feet. That was Lambert on the carry. They looked like they had him stopped a couple of times. He was dragging Fishermen with him as he went. And he gets a first down for Salem. Tough piece of running. The ball may have gotten loose, and we couldn't see in the scrum there, but Salem did recover it if it indeed got loose. Lambert was dragging all sorts of people with him, and I'm not sure if the ball didn't get stripped. But it's recovered by Salem. They're inside the Gloucester 30. Keep the drive alive. Salem started from his own 30. Pitch. Houston. Left side for a few. Jack Reed. And Dan O'Connor on the stop. Pickup of maybe 3 as they reset the marker a little bit. Second and we'll call it a long 7. Or conversely a short 8. Houston, nowhere. Ishai King on the play. Give Latverer some credit there also. No gain on the play. Third down. McGrath under pressure, smothered. First one there is Reed. McGrath turned around, and as he turned around, Reed just dropped the shoulder. and drop Mr. McGrath, and he'll bring up a 4th down. Ball's at the Gloucester 35. It's 4th and about 16 or 17. They trail at 7-0. They look like, don't know who the punter is, but they're coming out in their I formation. Now they switch it up to a double wing with the 1 back. They're going to go for it. McGrath looking, trying to set up a screen, and that was going absolutely nowhere as Dan O'Connor was just waiting for that play to develop, knocked the ball away. Salem will give the ball up. They started on their own 30, had a little momentum, but the Gloucester defense tightened, and Salem will turn it over to Gloucester. Gloucester will start on its own 35. Off the right side, up to the 40, comes Wall. Tip of the ball on the 40. 2nd and 6. Goodwin cuts back, across the line of scrimmage. Got a yard. Third down and we'll say 4. Have to get across their own 45 for a 1st down. This is a fast-moving first half. Gloucester leads at 7-0. We're under 6 minutes remaining in the half. Gloucester scoring on a Tyler Testaverde run. Wall has the 1st down. Up to the 47. So Gloucester stayed with his bread and butter offense, gets the 1st down. Miles split out to the far side. Motion Testaverde. Palazzola under pressure, still under pressure. He gets it away. Probably threw that out of bounds. He did have a receiver out there, but good pressure from Salem. John Simba John, I think it is. Simba John. And timeout called by Salem. They come over to the sideline, talk to their coach, Sean Gallagher, head coach of Salem, as Gloucester goes over and talks to their head coach, Terry Silva. Had a nice visit with Lynn Marie Silva, Terry's youngest daughter, away at college down in Florida. I always knew she was a smart girl, pick out those nice warm places to go to school, and had a bit of a long weekend and hopped on the jet and flew on up, and looks great. Excited about school, but real excited to be home for a little while and see her dad's football team play. And things seem to be well with her. And the Fishermen seem to be doing all right also. They do lead at 7-0, 5:03 unofficially remaining in the half. They have a 1st and 10. Ball on the Gloucester 47. Salem comes back out. DeMille splits wide again. Double wing set for Gloucester. Palazzola straight back. Palazzola with time. Palazzola looking deep. Palazzola. Whoa! DeMille got a hand on it. Decent coverage back there by Close. As we said earlier, DeMille, a good athlete, went up for it, did get a hand on it. Palazzola put it in a position where he could have got to it. Close had some pretty good coverage on him. And DeMaio couldn't quite get to the football. Goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now they split out to both sides as DeMaio goes to the far side. Palazzolo comes over to talk to Goodwin, who is split to this side. And now we call it timeout, and that's the Fishermen, as probably they would have been hit with a delay. Not sure why Nolan had to come out here and talk to Kyle, but whatever that was all about precipitates a timeout for the Fishermen. Reed into the game for Gloucester, I believe. Now Palazzolo over to talk to Paul Ingram, the offensive coordinator. Seems to be a level of confusion going on here. The officials are huddling. Gloucester's huddling. Salem's huddling. Everybody's huddling. Now Goodwin splits this side, and there's Reed split to the far side. 3rd and 10. Palazzolo, short drop, ball batted away. I think that was Kyle Harrington, sophomore defensive end. A little bit of size there too, at 6'3", because you never know in Salem. That's a well-known, popular name here in Salem, the Harrington name, politically and athletically. The youngster, I believe, reached up, batted that away, goes incomplete, and Gloucester's going to have to punt it away. Ball snapped, too long. Lachaverse is smartly gets it away. Smartly gets that away. It's going to save Gloucester some yardage. Lachaverse under pressure, and if he's tackled back there, obviously Salem would have taken over inside probably the 5-yard line. So Lachaverse decides just to get out of it as best he could. The kick does get up to the 35, but Salem takes over in good shape. So heads up by Leo Lachaverse saves Gloucester about 30 yards probably, but puts Salem in good field position. Left side is Lambert. Five-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Just under 4 minutes remaining unofficially in the half. Gloucester leads at 7-0, but Salem with a threat. Salem in the double wing again. Right side goes Lambert. And a flag comes in late. Maybe a hold against Salem, but I guessed wrong on the first one, so I'm not going to guess. It is a hold on Salem. Gloucester will take it, I am sure. He stepped off from the 30. Backed up to the 40. Second and 15. Stay in the double wing set. Salem does. McGrath looking left, now throwing deep, and caught nicely. That may be Harrington again. It is. Second one he's had to reach up for, but the second nice catch that he's made is going to be short of the first down, but gets the penalty yardage back and then a few. So listed at 6'5", 230, as we said. Big tight end has made a couple of nice catches. And McGrath has got the idea, just get it up high, let Harrington go up and get it. 3rd and 3. Salem with plenty of time and a couple of timeouts. They can keep the drive alive. McGrath on a keep. No, it's not. Okay. McGrath looked like he kept it, but I think Houston was the ball carrier. Stropel on the stop. That was not a pretty play, and it lost a yard, if anything. So Salem facing a 4th and 4. And 2-minute warning. Two minutes remaining in the half. Salem trying to take advantage of a miscue by Gloucester on a high snap that LaTraverse was smart enough to get back, retrieve, and at least get the ball away, and got Gloucester out of what would have been a huge hole. Now Salem looking at a 4th and 4. Gloucester, ball loose. And one way or another is going to go over. I think McGrath fell on it. Gloucester was coming. Everybody was coming on that play. And I don't think the exchange was ever made between Baptiste and McGrath. McGrath forced to fall on it, and Gloucester will take over on their own 28. So Gloucester dodges a bullet, and LaTraverse, by getting that ball up to the 35, let the defense do the job. They did the job, and the offense takes over. Wall, pickup of a couple. And a timeout called by Salem. And there's no sense with this field position, Gloucester back in its own end. No sense for Salem to take those timeouts into the locker room. See if they can hold Gloucester and force them to punt the ball away. Want to thank the people who make this possible. Glover's Floor Covering, Gigaloni Construction, Cape Ann Savings Bank, and the Sports Zone. J.D. McCackron along with Tony Asenzo at Bertram Field in Salem. Gloucester leads at 7-0. First down, Testaverde, one man to beat. Good tackle back there, but Testaverde gets it up to midfield. No, there is a flag on the play. It's a hold against the Fishermen. This will come back. Testaverde had a big hole out to the right side, and that may have been aided by the holding call. You see the referee indicating hold against the Fishermen. So what would have been a first down up near the 50 is now, as the ball is backed up to the 20, a second down. Gloucester has to get it up to the 39. So 2nd and 19. Gloucester splits out to this side. Left side, Testaverde gets a couple, and Salem calls another timeout. Ball at the just about the Gloucester 25. 3rd and 15. Gloucester will probably stay a little bit conservative. But you never know what Paul Ingram has in the bag of tricks. Palazzola is going to throw. Palazzola back. Palazzola looking out. This side almost picked off. Nice defensive play. Reed, the intended receiver. But Johnston Jones had that one very well covered. And made a nice defensive play, and actually had the best shot at it. Gloucester's going to have to punt 1:10 unofficially remaining in the half. So Paul Ingram goes to the pass play, but Jones does a nice job defensively. Latavers standing on his own 10. Good kick. Taken by Houston on the 40 and wrestled down. Liam Kelleher downfield very quickly. Got a hold of Houston, wouldn't let him go. And Salem is on its own 40-yard line. Probably have used most of their timeouts. They've got just about a minute. They're going to get the second half kickoff. So I would say they probably won't get overly aggressive with this, but we shall see. Tight formation. Onto the double wing again. McGrath back, looking, pressure. McGrath rolling, down he goes. Flag on the play. O'Connor gets there, along with Nate Denon. Good defensive pressure. We'll see what the flag is. And it is another face mask against Gloucester. So what was a good defensive stop by the Fishermen will be a 10, no, just a 5. It's another inadvertent one. So 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and long. Unofficially 50 seconds remaining in the half. This time they hand it off to Lambert, I think. Right side for a couple. Salem not calling the timeout. Clock moving. 2nd and about 5. No gain on the play. On count. Pitch. Nowhere. As Goodwin, excuse me, that's 41, not 11. As Leo Latavers. Goodwin and Latavers both out on this side. Goodwin 11 and Latavers 41. And that play signals the end of the first half. At the end of one half. Gloucester 7, Salem nothing. We'll be back for second half action. Welcome back to Bertram Field for second half action. Gloucester with a 7-0 lead over the Salem Witches. J.D. McCackron, Tony Asenzo bringing the action for Adelphia. First period scored by Tyler Testaverde. Kick conversion by Kyle Keating. And that's what we have in the scoring. Gloucester defense. A couple opportunities that Salem looked like they might have had. Gloucester has done the job, but the Salem defense has done pretty well on their side of the ball also. Salem will receive. They'll be going from our left to our right. Leo Latavers will be the kicker for the Fishermen. Alonzo Houston, one of the deep men. And we can't tell if that's a 5 or a 6. We think it's a 5, and that's Dario Close, the other deep man for Salem, and we're set to go. Latavers gets under it a little bit. Bounces. Close comes up with it on the 15. He'll lose the first tackler, but then about 5 white shirts catch up with him, and Salem will start it from their own 19. not in the same booth. In fact, we're not in the same booth with anybody. We're in splendid isolation. Again, thanks to Bob Gaswell, the Salem AD, the retiring Salem AD. Was nice enough to give us a very nice setup. But that means we have no halftime stats. Salem, first play from scrimmage. Lampert on the carry. Goodwin. We have another face mask. This is the third face mask call against the Fishermen. They must be tackling a little bit high. The first two have been inadvertent. We'll see what this step off is. This one is a major one. So this was what they would call intentional, grabbing the face mask. If you get up around that face mask, and they'll call that inadvertent as a 5-yard step off, but this was a major. Gives Salem a first down, ball just over their own 35. They come with a double wing set. Had given an eye look in the first half. Pitch off the left side goes Johnston Jones. Nate Denon on the tackle for the Fishermen. Second and 7. Right side, big hole, closes up quickly. Lampert on the carry. Looked like he had a little more running room. Lattraverse, Goodwin, and King get there. Pick up of about 6, 3rd and 1. McGrath, pitch, Lampert, not the play that you want to run on the 3rd and 1. Good penetration from the right side. That's Goodwin. And then he got some help. So kind of a curious call as they pitch to the wingman coming from the right side. And Goodwin shot through from the defensive right side. And Salem has to punt it away. So a bit of a curious call on 3rd and short. Results in a 6-yard loss. Goodwin and Testaverde dropping deep. Short kick, bounces nowhere, down by Salem. Kyle Harrington downs it. And Gloucester will start from their own 39. So short kick sets up Gloucester in decent field position. Gloucester looking to add to their 7-0 lead. Testaverde, 6-yard gain. Second and 4. Testaverde off the right side, fights off a tackler, gets it over midfield into Salem territory, first down. Salem with some defensive penetration. Got a hand on Testaverde, but then he cut it upfield, got away from the tackler. Gets Gloucester first down to the Salem 47. Testaverde again, right side. Testaverde cuts it up for a couple. Has to work for those. Does get it across the 45 down to the 44 of Salem. 4-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 6. Long 6, closer to 7 probably. Flag on the play as Wall goes off the right side. Flag went up as soon as the ball was snapped. Offside Salem. Break for the Fishermen. Get 5 free yards. Ball down to the 40 of Salem. 2nd down. And now 2nd and 2. Wall straight ahead, close to the 1st down. Comes up a little bit shy. Looks like he got a little more than the spot gave him. 3rd and 1. Ball inside the Salem 40. Wall left side, should have the 1st down and then some. He does, as they move the markers. Ball spotted at the Salem 31, 35, 36. There we go. DeMille splits wide, double wing setup, Testaverde in motion. Fellas, now we have a flag. That came as the ball was snapped. That's the procedure against the Fishermen. So they will back up 5 yards. Negates the 5 yards that Salem gave them by being offside. 1st and 15. Again, this is a pretty fast-moving game. We're halfway through, more than halfway through the 3rd period. Gloucester with a 7-0 lead. DeMille split wide right. And little trick play as they had Vito Gigaloni lined up at the left wing. He goes in motion, gets the handoff. Throws deep. Gigaloni is the backup quarterback. I think that was Jack Reed who was down there. So a little trickery out of the Paul Ingram playbook. But it's an incompletion. Be 2nd and 15. Goodwin in motion. Testaverde left side. As Testaverde was a wingman on the far side, comes back to the left. Gets it down to the 35. Bring up a 3rd down and 9. Palazzolo back in the huddle after getting the play from Paul Ingram. Cipriani out over the ball. Gloucester goes back to his 2-back set. Goodwin right side. Cuts upfield to about the 33 of Salem. be a pickup of a couple. And it will be a 4th down. Fourth and 7. Gloucester with the ball inside of the Salem 35 will go for it. With a 7-0 lead, Palazzola back, rolling right. Palazzola gets some room out to the right side. Dives for the up marker, according to where the spot is. Short of the first down. Salem takes over. Palazzola did that little pump fake that he likes to give. The corner out on that side, though, held his ground. Palazzola tried to dive for the up marker. Comes up about 1.5 yards short, and Salem will take over. They have the ball on their own 28. 1st and 10. Straight ahead off the left side. Couple yards for Lambert. I think it was Pizzamenti on the tackle. Good shoestring tackle. Looked like Lambert had a little more running room. Did pick up 5, 2nd and 5. Left side again, 1st down. Lambert again on the carry. Testaverde on the tackle, but not before Lambert picks up a Salem 1st down. Under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Ball on the Salem 40-yard line. They like that left side. Lambert again. Another 5-yard pickup. Lots of changing up defensively as Salem comes up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5, Salem. Ball kept by McGrath. I'm not sure if that was his intent. Picks up maybe a yard. Be 3rd and 4. Sophomore quarterback for Salem. Not a very big one. Left side, Lambert fighting for yards, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. Jamie Wall there defensively for Gloucester. Salem had some success off the left side of their offensive line. Not that time. They're going to be forced to punt it away. And I believe that is the end of the 3rd period. We'll stay put here between periods. Tony Asenzo, our camera person, producer, J.D. McCackron, and again, I apologize for having to do this alone. It always helps when I have somebody with me, but as I said, Bob Drowan, enjoying a little respite. Bob Burns, otherwise occupied. And A couple of gentlemen that are usually around and about when I need some help, unavailable also. So here we are, start of the fourth period. Gloucester with a 7-0 lead. Didn't have too far to move the ball as we're just on one side of midfield, now to the other side of midfield. This is a big stadium, and there's probably a better crowd here, or a late arriving crowd, but a little better crowd than we thought we might have at the top of the broadcast. Good number from the over on the Gloucester side, which is the far side. We're on the home side. And now we have Salem calling a timeout. Now that's a little unusual. Between periods, whatever they wanted to talk about didn't get discussed, and they have to use one of the timeouts to start the fourth period. That is a little bit unusual. 7-0 game with Gloucester leading, Salem hanging in here. And those timeouts could be valuable later in the ball game, and for some reason the talk between periods took a little bit of too much time, and Salem has to burn one of the timeouts. They're still talking, so this is I don't know whether they're changing the playbook or what they're doing, but coaching staff trying to get him fired up a little bit, I guess. They played well defensively, but the Gloucester defense, and as we said in the at the end of the Lynn Classical game, we feel that the Gloucester defense has really come on in the last couple of games. Coach Tom Cato came in to lend his wisdom and defensive expertise, and would appear now we're set for the punt. So all of that to get ready to punt. That's a little unusual. Good kick. Taken by Testaverde, fair catch. Salem downfield man runs into him. Testaverde didn't see the fair catch signal, but the official standing right there. That's a good call both ways. I'm sure Tyler gave the fair catch signal. The down man for Salem did run into him, but you know, just some incidental contact. So Gloucester will start 1st and 10 from their own 23. Left side is Wall. Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5. Well, Gloucester, I'll state the obvious. They lead at 7-0. Play just underway in the fourth period. They need a nice, sustained, time-consuming drive that results in a score. Gloucester, as I said, has played well defensively. Salem hasn't been a big threat offensively, but you don't want a team only one touchdown down. Anything can happen. Staying on his feet nicely, getting up to the 45 is Wall. Good piece of running. Got hit a couple of times, able to maintain his balance. Gets it up to the 45, first down Gloucester. And Jamie Wall seeing extensive action from the fullback spot, his first extensive action as an offensive player. And if there's a big surprise for Gloucester this year, it's certainly Mr. Wall. This time, though, Salem waiting for him. No gain. Right side of the Salem defense stands Wall up. I believe last week I may have called him Jody. That's his mom. But I've known his mom for such a long time. That's one of my inadvertent slips, but at least we got the last name behind Nolan correct. There has not been a snafu in a couple of games. I'm going to try to keep up the good work for the remainder of the season. Testaverde for a couple, 3rd down. Third and 9. So big offensive call for Gloucester. Under 9 minutes remaining in regulation. As I said, there's a overtime now in, I think, all of the conferences. Northeastern Conference doing it for the first time this year, but hopefully we won't see that come into action. Palazzolo looks. Palazzolo has Goodwin coming across the field. Laid it out just a little bit too far. Kyle Dofart couldn't make the catch. And Gloucester's going to have to punt it now. We're going to, roughing the passer, so the Fishermen catch a break. Look back, see the flag, see the signal. So Gloucester looked like they'd be forced into punting, but they roughed Palazzolo after he released it, looked upfield to see Goodwin coming across. Goodwin can't make the catch, but Palazzolo with a late hit. And Gloucester with a break gets a big penalty and moves the ball down to the Salem 39. Big break for Gloucester. Looked like the Salem defense had done the work. Goodwin right side. Goodwin across the 30, close to the first down. So the Salem defense appeared to have Gloucester stop, forcing a punt, but in the action that we didn't see because we were looking downfield to see who the intended receiver was for the Palazzolo pass, Palazzolo got decked, and Salem gets hit with a major penalty. Wall, first down to the 22. Mike Mann, good block out there to give Wall some running room. First and 10. Ball resting on the Salem 22. Gloucester on the move, aided by a big penalty against the Witches. Again, Goodwin right side. Fake the handoff to Wall. Give the ball to Goodwin. Gets it inside the 20. Down to the 17. Second and 5. Wall bowls over a Salem defender down to the 11. Defender came up and tried to get low on Wall. Wall dropped his shoulder. They're going to call for a measurement. 6:13. No, they're saying it is a first down, no measurement. And now timeout called by Salem. Just about 6 minutes unofficially remaining in regulation. Gloucester leads at 7-0, but they're on the move. Ball at the 11, so they could get a first down without scoring. But a score, as we said a couple of minutes ago, would be huge. Tony Asenzo doing double duty. I won't bother explaining why he's giving me phone messages. Salem over on the sideline nearest to us. Need to keep Gloucester out of the end zone. And Gloucester over on the sideline to the far side. Paul Ingram telling Gloucester what they have to do offensively to get into the end zone. Gloucester back, set to go. Salem, as they have, and again, that's a little strange. Salem was going to punt the ball away to start the fourth period, and they had to call a timeout. They took so long over on the sidelines. Palazzolo, long count. Testaverde following doesn't follow. He steps to the outside. Got a flag on the play. Got a flag on the play. And it's against the Fishermen. So Gloucester, this is the second one they've had taken off the scoreboard. Testaverde, Wall was the lead blocker on the play, and he just set up nicely the cornerback who would try to come up, and Testaverde just saw what Wall was doing, bounced it to the outside nicely, goes in untouched, but it's going to come back. Goodwin had one called back in the first half after he returned a punt, called back on a clip, and Gloucester loses another one. Ball back to the 21. First and 20. Double reverse. Goodwin ends up with it. Gets it back to about the 16. Second down. We said they could get a first down without scoring, but the marker is just about, the up marker just about at the 1 yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining in regulation. The clock working in Gloucester's favor, obviously. Salem appeared to have Gloucester stopped, but got hit with a major penalty for roughing the quarterback. Keeps the drive alive. Palazzola under pressure, driven way back. I got the ball away. I'm sorry. Or did it? Okay. I'm confused, and I'll be the first one to tell you. Well, hopefully Tony Asenzo picked that up, because I sure didn't. Looked like they had Nolan stopped. And I'm not sure whether he lost the ball or got the pass away. Ball ends up back at the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd and 16. And it appeared they had Nolan back around the 30. And folks, I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't see where the ball went. But Gloucester maintains possession. Palazzola, little flip out to the far side to Goodwin. Goodwin, driven out of bounds over on the far side, will bring up a 4th down. Goodwin went in motion from the right wing position, went out into the flat area, out there virtually alone. May have had a downfield blocker, but Kyle with his good speed tried to get him out there alone. Got good defensive play over on the far side for Salem. And Gloucester looking at a 4th and about 13. So big play for Gloucester offensively as they lead at 7-0. And a bigger play for Salem. Nolan straight back into the end zone. He's got a receiver. He's got a touchdown. Let's see who it is. It is Jake Reed. Jack Reed. I'll stand corrected and come up with the right first name. Jack Reed was covered, but Nolan just threw it out there beautifully back of the end zone. Reed gets under it, makes the catch, and Gloucester looking at a 4th and about 14, able to convert and give themselves some breathing room. Keating on the conversion. He converted after the first Gloucester touchdown. Kick is a short one. I'm not sure if Salem didn't get a piece of it. A little bit of a high snap. Vito Tigoloni usually does a very good job of getting that ball down. I think the snap was just a little bit high, threw the timing off, so the kick is no good. But the important thing is the Palazzola to Reed touchdown pass gives Gloucester a 13-0 lead with unofficially 4:09 remaining in regulation. That's a big, big touchdown. So I'm not sure what happened on the what appeared to be Palazzola driven all the way back to the 30-yard line. I'm going to tune in Tuesday to find out myself. But the big play in that sequence as Gloucester started on its own 23 was the late hit on Palazzolo. And it looked like Gloucester was not going to convert. Salem gives them the opportunity. Gloucester takes advantage. And unless the Salem offense, which really hasn't shown a whole lot this evening, has got a couple of tricks up their sleeve. Kickoff taken by Close. Close up to about the 24. Bisamenti on the tackle. So Salem, trailing it by 13 points, has to go 75 yards in a hurry and try to get the ball back. They like to keep the ball on the ground. Ball loose! Gloucester thinks they have it. Let the referee make the call. And Salem does recover. Salem kept the ball on the ground. Ball did get loose, but Salem comes up with it. McGrath over the middle. Completed. Your first down. Houston on the reception. Salem with a no huddle. McGrath straight back. Out in the flat area for Houston again. Doesn't get it out there far enough. Goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with unofficially. I think we're going to get an official. Clock is moving, and I think now they get it down to 3:27. Ball at the Salem 39. They do keep it on the ground again. Lambert on the carry. Salem again with a no huddle. 3rd down and 5. McGrath has got some room out there, but he goes deep. And ball goes incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Flag around the 45-yard line. McGrath looked like he had plenty of room if he wanted to run for the first down. At Gloucester, there's 6 white shirts walking back towards the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the penalty is. They're talking to the fishermen, so it's against Salem. Legal man downfield. The penalty yardage is stepped off. We'll repeat the down. It's 3rd and 10. Ball moved back inside of the 40. Just under 3 minutes remaining now in regulation. McGrath threw that ball downfield. He did have a receiver there who actually had the best shot at it, but Gloucester had it pretty well covered. But I think McGrath might have got the first down if he rolled out. Now into coverage and intercepted by Testaverde, I think. It is Tyler Testaverde on the interception, so that is going to be the end of any hopes that Salem may have had. McGrath overthrew his intended receiver, Houston, and right into the waiting arms of Tyler Testaverde, and Gloucester will have the ball on their own 47. So Gloucester came up here, and this has been a tough place the last couple of years for the Fishermen to play. Salem, as we said, struggling a bit, did beat Saugus last week, and they just haven't got that offense on the move yet. The defense looked pretty good. Gloucester did put 13 on the board, but this is supposed to be a fairly high-powered Gloucester offense. And Salem did some nice things defensively, but they did one bad thing defensively, which was roughing the passer against Palazzolo. And that kept the second Gloucester drive alive. Gloucester converts, and Salem gives up an interception. And it's just a matter now of the Fishermen running it out. 2-yard pickup on the last carry, 2nd and 8. Wall. Down to about the 45. And for you followers of the Fishermen, you know that they are still very much in the hunt for the league title and postseason play. As Swampscott knocked off Winthrop last week, Gloucester needs Winthrop to get knocked off again, because if it ends up in a two-way tie, Gloucester-Winthrop, because of the head-to-head, Winthrop would go. And Gloucester doesn't want to see any three-way ties either, because the team that has been the longest between Super Bowls, the Palazzolo running out to his right, looking, throwing, has DeMaio, and flag on the play. And DeMaio, they say, made the catch. We'll see what the flag is against Gloucester. So Palazzolo scrambled a little bit out to his right, found DeMaio. DeMaio makes the catch, but this is going to be a step off against Gloucester. And as we were saying, Classical still has to play Winthrop, but Gloucester has to play Swampscott. Not going to go by Saugus, but Saugus is definitely struggling. That's the team that Salem beat last week. That's the next game for the Fishermen. And then it'll be Swampscott coming to town. And if it could be as nice a night weather-wise as we have here tonight, ideal football weather. It is a little chilly for the fans and for my cameraman, Tony Asenzo. And we're going to do an extremely quick wrap-up. Palazzolo fakes the draw, gives the ball to Pizzamenti. And now a called timeout by Salem, as they're down to 114, but again, Gloucester with a 13-0 lead. Salem should not be able to come up with 2 touchdowns in the last minute of 13, but Salem is going to make Gloucester earn it as time winds down. It is 4th down, so Salem will get the ball. Traverse back in punt formation. Houston, the lone deep man. Traverse kicks it away from him, gets a bounce, and good downfield coverage by Gloucester forces Houston to stay clear of the football, and it rolls dead inside the 5. So as we're saying, Gloucester still needs some help for somebody to knock off Winthrop. They did lose their fine running back, Michael Ruzioni, and there's a team, Winthrop, that just lacks depth, and if they start getting beat up, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for them. As we said, they still got to play Classical. They're playing Lynn English tonight. Didn't get any score of that. But Gloucester still needs a little help, and they still got to run the table themselves. McGrath, under pressure, comes out to this side, avoids the tackler, trying to get to the sideline. Reed does the right thing, keeps him in bounds, keeps the clock moving. Salem with a no huddle. Gloucester with a whole bunch of defensive changes here. They're going to get hit with 2. Well, I don't know if the ref's going to let that go. Loss on the play, big loss on the play. If Gloucester, don't think got enough people to the sideline, but no flag on the play. Big loss all the way back to the 5-yard line. Salem might be able to get one more play off. Gloucester made some wholesale changes. Rob Morrissey. I think Sullivan playing in the middle of the defensive line. Salem is going to just run it out. Running play will probably be the last play of the game. And that is, let me see, what's the signal here, referee? Signals, normally he does it with the football. He did it with his hand. That was the last play of the game. So Gloucester gets on the board first. Tyler Testaverde with the Keating kick. That's the only scoring in the first half. And Gloucester in the fourth period, Palazzolo to Reed. Pass play makes it 13-0. Kick no good. And that is the total of the offense for the Fishermen. And give some credit to the Salem defense. Also credit to the Gloucester defense. It's off to Saugus next week. And then the big game against Swampscott in 2 weeks. I want to get my friend Mr. Asenzo out of here. This is J.D. McCachran, again wanting to thank Glover's Floor Covering, Gigaloni Construction, Cape Ann Savings Bank, and the Sports Zone for helping out with this. For Adelphia Cable, for Tony Asenzo, this is J.D. McCachran saying till next time, so long.
Many thanks